We went to Slimbridge for the day and were treated to some fantastic sightings of Eurasian or common cranes. Our first sightings were from the top of the estuary tower. We saw some cranes in the distance.
There's lots of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a couple of them lying down, isn't there?
Cranes were so common in Britain that in 1465 some 204 roasted cranes were served at a banquet for the Archbishop of York. Hunting, along with draining of the marshlands, led to their disappearance as breeding bird about 400 years ago, until a trio of migrating birds were found blown off course in 1979 in Norfolk, and this started the reintroduction of cranes in Britain. Between 2010 and 2014, the Great Crane Project took crane eggs from Europe, where there are tens of thousands of them, and brought them to the UK to hatch, rear and subsequently release from the special crane school here at Slimbridge. A total of 93 cranes were successfully released onto the Somerset levels and moors, thereby doubling the UK population. If you look carefully, top left, behind these flying plovers, you can see a group of cranes this side of the River Severn. When we got to the Zeiss Hide, we spotted this pair of cranes much closer to us. I learned that a large group of cranes set up a semi-permanent home here at Slimbridge in Gloucestershire. They've also been as far south as Staffordshire in the north, Glamorgan in the west, Devon in the south, and all the way to Suffolk in the east. As I focus on this pair, I hadn't realized they were parents. Their chick comes into the picture here at the water. You can identify the chick by its less pronounced or darker markings. Cranes rarely breed before they're 4 years old, and it might take several attempts before they succeed in rearing a chick. By the end of 2018 in Britain, there were more than 50 nesting attempts, with 18 chicks successfully fledged.
There are wetlands sort of some distance away where you find duck legs, as debris around the nest area. Yeah. So they flew in.
They just flew in. The west side.
Yes, they've just got there.
There are 5 of them.
These cranes. 5 of them just flown in. Yeah.
There's 14 out on the double just now.
Any young this year?
4, right. 4 nest and 4 fledged. Yeah. Yeah, the best year ever.
Oh, really? So they're walking across it together in a line?
Another juvenile.
Is which one? Is it second one, is it?
Yeah.
You can spot the juveniles here, who are lighter in colour, especially around the head and tail areas. Cranes need wetlands in order to breed in safety, away from ground predators such as foxes. Areas of land across Somerset and here in Gloucestershire have already been enhanced to help the cranes, and in helping the cranes, the new habitat will also help other ground nesting wetland birds.
it's sort of half there.
It was lovely just to sit quietly and watch this group of cranes.
It's not quite enough, is it? You need about 2 to again. That's the thing with landing in the bottom. It doubles it. You lose quality.
The first crane is in the southwest for 400 years. Where else are they found in Britain?
If you're a pro.
First fledgling.
Didn't they have the net?
Goodness me. Well spotted.
We then moved to the Van der Bovenkamp hide and couldn't believe our luck. This crane was right in front of the hide. Treating us to a display of how it washed and cleaned itself.
What's he doing now?
Washing. He finds it quite hard to sink. And then turning into wind. See the nerve line going. You know, the wind lands downwind all day like yeah, dancing.
Jumping up and down.
The dance of the cranes is famous worldwide. I'm not sure if this is the full dance, when they throw their heads back, wings flapping, tail feathers fluffed and feet stamping. This is how they reinforce their pair bonds.
Not making much headway on this all, are we? I think we should land it.
The crane's trumpeting calls are very distinctive. Their wingspan is over 2 meters and they weigh up to 7 kilograms or 15 pounds in weight. Our final sightings are from the kingfisher hide. Cranes are omnivorous, eating invertebrates such as earthworms, beetles, caterpillars, grasshoppers and snails. They also eat leaves, roots, berries, small birds and mammals if they can catch them.
They like a variety of habitats, don't they?
I'm not sure what they're eating here. Is it the seeds sown by the farmer or the insects they are finding in the recently cultivated soil? The anticipated lifespan of a crane in the wild is up to 20 years, whereas in captivity they have been recorded as reaching up to 40 years. This concludes a really full day we've had here at Slimbridge. Seeing the cranes on top of all the other birds has been a really enjoyable day. We'll be back.